Blog Talk Radio.
Hey everyone, this is Camille, your host for Coffee Chat with me. And we have a very special host today, a very special guest today. Her name is Arden, and she's going to talk with us about a very important cause. And the cause is about lymphedema. Okay? Lymphedema is a debilitating for some people disease. But while I'm waiting for her to call in, I'm just going to go into what we will be chatting about. So I am chatting with her, and what she's going to do is just give us her expertise and her awareness about this particular topic and why it's so important for everyone to get involved. And I do have several questions to ask, but as I stated before, I'm still waiting for our guest to call in. So I hope that she's able to do that. Let me check. I think this is her right here. Hello? Hello? One moment. Let me try this one. Okay. Hello? Do we have our guest?
Hi. Yes.
Hi. How you doing? Yeah, you made it.
Good. How are you?
Great. Okay. Now I can officially introduce you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Just give me one moment. I'm chatting over coffee today, everyone, discussing lymphedema with my magnificent guest. Our guest is an expert on this topic because she lives with lymphedema, and she is an advocate working to raise awareness about lymphedema. Our guest will leave us vital information to inform us how we can support her cause and get involved. Okay, how are you today, Arden?
Good. How are you?
Wonderful. I know I've asked that a few times, but why not? Also, can you give me one moment? I'm going to add a little bit more to the intro. Is that okay?
Okay.
Arden Shawn is from Livingston, New Jersey. She's currently residing in Kern County, California. The points of our discussion will cover some of it will cover breast cancer, but in particular lymphedema, the Lymphedema Treatment Act, and the Bakersfield Lymphedema Support Group, aka BLSG Group. This will be available on Zoom October 7th of this year from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. every Friday for people who are homebound. Okay? So the first question I'd like to ask you is, do you just want to introduce yourself to everyone?
Sure.
Okay.
Hi. My name is Arden. I'm originally from Livingston, New Jersey, which is on the East Coast near New York. And I live here in Bakersfield. I'm a breast cancer survivor. And I also am a lymphedema breast cancer patient. I got diagnosed with breast cancer in 2017, and I found out after I had a surgery that I have lymphedema. And lymphedema you get when they take your breast cancer. When they take your lymph nodes out to check if they're cancerous or not, and I got lymphedema from that. And that's quite normal for breast cancer patients to get lymphedema, depending on what their breast cancer stage is. There's four stages of breast cancer.
Oh,
it
thank you.
depends.
I wanted to ask, how did you discover that you weren't well?
My body changed, and I noticed it, and went to primary, and I got a. Actually, my neighbor was an anesthesiologist, retired, and she took me to her doctor, and then she was able to get me in to get a mammo right away because she was a doctor, and I got that done.
Wow.
A mammogram.
Mammogram. And then when you say that your body changed, like, may I ask just what were the symptoms?
I felt, I felt there was something not right with my breast, and I felt a lump.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Did you have any, like, overall physical changes other than your lump in the breast?
My blood pressure was not normal, and I was going to Deborah, which is a heart hospital in New Jersey, to get my blood pressure, regulated. And
yes.
I didn't even think that I had breast cancer. They did tell me that they thought I had diabetes, which doesn't run in my family, and I thought that was a little strange.
Yeah, right. And
but
then
that was because the cancer was doing an imbalance to my whole body.
Yeah. Wow. Yes, yes. And then, so once you went to the doctors, what did they procedurally just began to do the mammogram first, or only a mammogram, or was it mammogram and blood work?
I went to my neighbor, who was an anesthesiologist, got me in right away. Got me in before the place closed that Friday. She got me in to get a mammogram, and I was able to get one right away. And then a couple doctors couldn't take me because they were too busy, with their practice that I was given names of. And I went to Memorial Sloan Kettering, which was about hour away, and I called them up. They said, send me the films, my CD, my CD of my mammogram, and they saw it, and then they said, just come up right away, and I came up within that hour. They saw me.
Okay. And then may I ask, like, what your age was when you received your diagnosis?
Yes.
You said in 2017, right?
I was 59.
Mm-hmm. 59, okay. And then were there any stressors in your life prior to your diagnosis, or did you know if it ran in your family?
It ran in my family. My aunt had breast cancer when I was a child, twice, so I know it came back with her. And my mom had been diagnosed in 1984 with ovarian cancer, so I knew that ran in my family.
Okay. Yes. And then how did it make you feel, and also how did it affect your loved ones?
Well, it made, I didn't know that I had breast cancer until I went to Memorial Sloan Kettering, and they did all kinds of tests on me. They did certain. They did one doctor had to do a biopsy first, and then another doctor had to check the biopsy to see what it was, to find out what stage of cancer I had. So it wasn't until then that I found out exactly what I had.
Okay. And you can go ahead if you want to continue talking. Did you have more to add on?
I went and I saw them, and they the surgeon came out and talked to me and said that we were going to go through. I could either do a clinical trial or I could do chemo, and I chose to do chemo.
Okay.
Because when they said I had stage 3,
Yes.
aggressive stage 3 breast cancer, I wasn't going to do a clinical trial.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Not.
And
I
with
wanted
this, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I wanted this gone.
Yeah. And then, what were the effects of? What were the side effects of the chemotherapy, or how long did it
Excuse
take
me.
for them to show? Oh, it's okay.
Oh, well, chemotherapy, I had 2 different types of chemotherapy, and they were very, very proactive chemotherapy, high doses of chemotherapy. One was called the ANC, and that was 4 major doses. And then after that, I had another 4 major doses of Toxil. So my hair started falling out after the second round of chemotherapy, the second time. And my friend Margaret, who's a hospice nurse, took me to get my head shaved. That was the worst for me.
Okay, yeah. And how many rounds of chemotherapy did you have done? Was it 1 or 2? You had 8?
I had many.
Wow, that's
more than 8.
a lot.
More than 8. Yeah.
Wow. So you had a lot. Okay.
I had a lot.
Yeah. Because I never heard of that many. I had only one friend and he did 3.
It depends on the stage of your cancer, and each person is different. And I had aggressive stage 3, which means that the cancer was going into my other organs, but they hadn't gotten there yet. It was in my lymph nodes, but it was going through my body into my other organs, and they had to stop it.
Yes. So it's moving very quickly.
Very quickly.
Yes. And then after chemotherapy, what was life like for you? I should ask you more yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You get very sick from the chemo because that's that it's killing every good cell besides the bad cells in your body. The chemo, but I had to be done. I wouldn't be here today if I didn't have it done.
Yes.
And it takes a toll on you, and there's side effects to it. And I also had the double mastectomy after I had the chemotherapy. Then I had radiation for over 25 rounds of radiation. And at the end, we got to ring a bell saying that we were done with our radiation. And Sandy went with me for that, and then my friend. And then I had to go on oral chemo for many months because the chemo wasn't gone yet. They hadn't killed it all.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
so it was
well, it looks okay.
A couple
perfect.
of years.
Couple of years. Okay. Well, this is part 1 of our episode, and we're just now starting to get to know Arden. She's telling us her journey, her life journey with cancer to lymphedema. And so we will have part 2 sometime this week. It may be on the weekend, but I will definitely announce it. And I want to thank you, Arden, for coming in. I know we just got started, but the episode was only 15 minutes, so we'll do part 2, 3, and 4. It doesn't matter, just as much as we can to raise awareness, and also so that you can tell your story. And no, you did wonderful, but you're going to come back. We're inviting you back. Okay?
I hope I open somebody's eyes, because that way they can go get help.
You definitely will. And then we're going to talk some more. So come back to Coffee Chat with Camille. Okay? Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, I didn't. Did it end?